Amira boleh record ke? Can you?
Macam nak record?
Ada dekat button share screen tu ada tulis like the small circle record.
Tak ada.
Kejap Sekejap. It's okay. Kejap.
I think you need to have I think you need to use a laptop.
I already record dah. It's okay, saya dah record dah.
Okay.
Okay, Farzana, I can start now.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good morning to all people. I'm Farzana Mazli and my group was Azrin and Ashraf Snack. Today, we would like to present our final project. The final project, the company which was the top Glove Corporation Sdn Bhd. This company will require to study the conduct of a company, both export and import business. The reason we chose this company because they have a high demand, especially impact on the nation rubber industry. We also decided to go with top because as we all know, the current COVID-19 issue, the current COVID-19 like in medical field. So we would like to see how the company handle with this demand from many countries in the world. Also, we were informed that if customer place order for today, the lead time is on August 2nd, which means they will receive goods in August. The year can also be much lesser than that. For our objective, firstly, to learn more about freight forwarding services in the company, have their own internal logistics. From that, we got more experience and knowledge to understand of freight forwarding in second objective, to opportunity for us to showcase our ideas and which means to improving our communication when we do the interview with one of the staff in the company. The experience makes us more information and for our final project. Learn the freight forwarding services. The third objective is identify we can the industry, which is the strategic areas when and the challenges. Last but not least, we can to demonstrate our problem solving skills, have a good cooperation with customers, and also how to understand its technology. Next, we pass to Nadia to be. Thank you.
For the kenapa? Why is it like I can listen to myself? Okay, that's okay. For the company's background, the story of Top Glove's success started in 1991, founded by Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wee Chai. So Top Glove HQ is in Malaysia. Glove Corporation holds the status of the world's largest manufacturer of rubber glove. So they operate in more than 195 countries. And based on the interview that we have done by one of the employees, they are now meeting the highest demand from US, Japan, and Canada. So they hold a 25% of the world's market share. And their vision is to strive to be the world's leading manufacturer products of rubber glove. And their mission is to be the world-class glove manufacturer by providing and producing top quality products. and they also have a quality policy which they have to which they have to follow in order to provide a high quality products for their customers. And they also have a line of subsidiaries from various industries. They have one in engineering, plantation, properties, medical, and media. So for the industry background, Malaysia is known to be the 5th largest producer and exporter for natural rubber. Before that, Top Glove also has an operating factory, Malaysia, Thailand, and China. So with Malaysia being the 5th largest producer of natural rubber, this boosts up not only Malaysia's economy but the name of Malaysia as well. So this is the graph that I took from MP, the Malaysia Rubber Export Promotion Council in 2019. So between 2018 and 2019, there is a decline by 1.3%. However, with what is the current events of COVID-19, it is said to be there is an increase of exports of rubber products. So the status of how Malaysia is now the largest exporter of latex products, and specifically, they are now the main supplier of medical rubber glove, and the largest consumer is known to be US, Japan, and China. So based on the pie chart down here, US alone is receiving our rubber products amounting 21%, and Europe accounts for 24%. So to conclude, Malaysia is now meeting the global demands due to COVID-19, amounting to 65%. So this puts Malaysia at a high reputation, and also this could boost up our Malaysia economy.
Okay, so moving on to the findings for part A. I would like to talk about the challenges in Top Glove Company while performing the international trade based on our interview. The first one, in terms of the government political, Top Glove have issues on their foreign workers. Before the changes of the government, they allowed large amount of foreign workers that, but after the changes was made, the total amount of import foreign workers lesser, and it somehow affect the process of production and productivity every day. However, due to this current COVID-19 outbreak, the foreign workers are sent to their home country. So Top Glove took initiative where they considering the local workers instead of the foreign workers to meet the current medical supply demand. Next, there is also the supplier that caused the problem to Top Glove. Top Glove Company have their closing date in which they close the container and supposed to be at custom, but the supplier provide the carton, which is the box that they use to pack the glove. They deliver late, so the loading process might also be late than it should be. Apart from that, I would like to add a point which is not in the list, which is custom. The glove have their own dead weight, or they call it as glove weight. If the glove are overweight, it will affect the custom document. When the weight are exceed the weight in the information in the document, Top Glove or the customer might be charged extra for that and will cause losses to them. So next part, I will explain about the criteria when Top Glove choose a freight forwarder. Choosing the right forwarder will benefit a company in certain reason. For Top Glove Company, they need to assist in claim handling. They are bound with ISO 9001, in which a company must follow the requirements or the standard that meet customer requirement. So Top Glove need to consider the customer feedback or demand. It is easier for them if the freight forwarder can help with claiming handling, such as return of goods from the customer or custom. The next one is low-cost freight forwarder, also beneficial in some ways. Top Glove choose to use low-cost forwarders to maximize their profit. As we know, if we use low-cost, we will get higher profit. So next one, as the demand in top glove are high and every shipment are in large amount, they emphasize a freight forwarder who allows for large shipments. They have many products to ship at one time due to high demand. It will be a problem if the forwarder do not have large shipment. Last but not least, top glove also need a forwarder which use special handling for the shipment. As for today, glove are in the high number of demand because of the current pandemic. So the glove need to be shipped as soon as possible and the glove cannot be in wet or hot area. It is important to choose a forwarder which can ship the goods in special storage. To conclude from the finding part, top glove company do rely on freight forwarder in which they use outsourcing and also have their own internal team for logistics to export the product. As I have explained, for the low cost point, top glove will use which one is cheaper to ship the product at the time. For the internal team, they manage the full container load, but when for outsourcing, they will use for less container load because it is cheaper to outsource for the less container load. So Amira will continue with part B.
So I'll be explaining on part B, which is the analysis. So we did comparisons between information that we found online, which is academic and theory, with the interview that we have conducted, which also as a representative of real world conduct. So the first part is similarities. So these are similarities that we found on the criteria selection. The first is low cost. So theoretically, due to tough market competition amongst the freight forwarders, the company or clients will have higher chances of getting a quality service at an affordable price. So cost is a crucial parameter when it comes to businesses. So it's very important to find a freight forwarder that can fit into the budget. And this is exactly what Top Glove representative said in the interview, where they actually compare both internal team and also outsourcing and choose a cheaper alternative. As Aizurin said just now, for FCL, which is full container load, normally it will be handled by the internal team of Top Glove, while for less container load, it will be handled by outsourcing because it is cheaper. And the next point is less shipments. So academically, if the freight forwarders already delivers a large amount of goods to the location where the company wants to ship their products to, it can definitely deliver the product safely and timely. So this is actually one of the most important factors to consider while employing a freight forwarder. And this criteria is also pretty much related to low cost. And it is proven to be similar in real life conduct, as Top Glove believe that that is very important for freight forwarder to be able to provide for large shipments, as the amount of the goods they want to ship actually very huge, especially because of the current situation of COVID-19 and the demand of medical gloves are increasing rapidly. So they actually need to ship way more than they used to, even to new countries as well. So from the interview, he said that, for instance, if the containers that need to be shipped are 10, but the freight forwarders can only ship about 5 containers at one time. So it only means the cost will be double and will only increase the overall cost for the company. And next is special handling. Theoretically, freight forwarders can recommend the best suited carrier, offer the finest packaging service, and complete the paperwork quickly and easily. So since Top Glove products, which is glove, are sensitive to hot or wet areas, as it can affect the quality and discoloration. So the storage area should meet special requirements to sustain the quality until it reach the final destination. Next. So now we are going to talk about differences. So the first is freight forwarders' expertise and experience. So we did actually found a lot of journal really focus on freight forwarders' expertise and experience and how it is very important when one wanted to choose a freight forwarder. However, it is a different case for Top Glove because the main factor that is considered as crucial for them is to always prefer freight forwarder that can help assist in claim handling. Sorry.
This is because um, they actually experienced several cases of rejected containers and also custom claim. So it would be really helpful if the freight forwarder can help with the task. And the next is larger firm size. So firm size, referring to the freight forwarder size, has been used as differentiating variable in previous choice of import studies. For example, the larger freight forwarders firms are perceived to have a great use of electronic data interchange. However, this is not the priority for Top Glove because the size of the freight forwarders firm does not really matter for them as long as the freight forwarder can really help them solve the current issues, especially during this COVID-19. So they focus more on selecting freight forwarders and help them solve um, the existing problem. Now I'll pass to Aisha for recommendation and conclusion.
Okay, for the recommendation ways to improve Top Glove company, firstly is consider customer satisfaction. Top Glove need to recheck the product process to fulfill the demand customer. Most importantly, in the process of product is the quality that meet customer demand. Top Glove receive a lot of complaint or feedback from customer when it come not willing requirement for customer. Second is automate activities. Top Glove need to find a new technology to help reduce manpower. The process of products using automation that can help companies to have higher efficiency in coordinating their process and helps to reduce operational costs. Third is using specialized goods storage for sensitive goods. Top Glove having a issue when the rubber glove cannot be stored in a wet or hot area, same like Izuri said before. When it comes to loading in the cargo, rubber glove need to be stored for a long period of time that can affect the color of rubber glove, which is yellow. Using refrigerator container can cool down and keeping it at a low temp condition. Fourth is create a good relationship with freight forwarding company. Being in a long-term relationship can make freight forwarding company will continue to have steady business. They are likely to offer better conditions. This is much better option than adjusting each year to the rising price. And then the lastly is acquisition in the stamp industry. The company's acquisition in the stamp industry will improve the production strength, interact with customer, and even work through synergy strategies such as machinery and expertise. So, in a conclusion, we had to conduct research on the company's background, nature of business, external environments, management, export and import business. In addition, we learned more about the most export countries such as United States, Japan, and China that have a high demand in rubber glove and surgical requirement. Top Glove need to maintain a good profit by produce better quality products to make customer satisfaction. That's all for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good presentation, good content, excellent content in fact. So, who do you interview for this assignment? What ranking is he or she?
He works in production.
Okay.
So he knows some of the how production operation works, and also he has a help from his friends for the selection of freight forwarders for the company.
Okay. So he understand in sense what kind of freight forwarding service that is required for his product.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm quite surprised for a very, as you mentioned, that the product is sensitive, right? Is it sensitive?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sensitive but not fragile. It's just that you require temperature and sebagainya, right?
Yes.
Change the card.
In sense that they do not really care about the reputation. Is it the reputation of the freight forwarder? right? Meaning they don't look at brands or big names when it comes to freight forwarder, and they just require that these freight forwarder are able to um, finish or complete the task that is requested. Correct?
Yes, like Amira said, it's not about the size, it's about how they handle based on their experience or an expertise.
Okay. So, what do you guys think? Is it understanding that? Of course, you are not expert, but I think logically, would you actually still agree with their decision? Do you think it's a safe move that for them to decide on those kind of action? Just select not based on experience, but more of is it at least an experienced freight forwarder that they choose, or is it just as long as they can get the job done, they are okay with?
So basically, as long as they get the job done, but also, of course, we cannot say that we just overlook the experience, but it's just that it's not the main priority. As long as we can help the company, and of course, with some evidence and proof. So yeah, I think that's how the top left decide on choosing
Okay.
forwarding.
Okay, good. So yeah, any question from the audience? We only have like what, 3 audiences?
Really?
Beside me,
It's okay.
the other than me, we only have 3. Hopefully, any question? I think this is a good. No,
No question.
I think in sense, just to give you the other group, I know you only have 3 people here. This is something that what I would really expect. Did anyone want to say something? No?
No.
So this is something what I'm expecting from your presentation lah. Okay. You have that structure, you have that finding, you have that analysis, and of course you have your recommendations. Okay, it is probably because the company choice also, and the person that you interviewed is very well versed. But the group also did their own research, and which I think you have other materials aside from the one that I provided, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so for other groups, if you have not presented, I think this is some sort of a benchmark lah. Okay, so congratulations, good job, girls, ladies. I think we can.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Good. Yeah. It is not being done during Hari Raya.
No,
Is it?
way back, way before.
Or is it was done
Masa
yesterday?
puasa.
Huh?
Masa puasa lah, sir.
Masa puasa. Oh,
Malam pula tu.
This is lagi Raya priority so we need to
Yes,
Raya also.
Raya comes first.
Yes, betul.
Raya. Okay. Anyway, again, good job. Excellent content, and I think we can proceed with next group. I will put the attendance in our classroom, but there's no update yet from the next group. Siapa punya group, right? Is it Alif?
Alif's group.
Alif, right?
Yeah.
But which Alif is this?
I don't know. I think Alif.
Alif kecil rasanya.
Yeah, Alif. Oh, Alif Ashraf. Right? Alif
Yes.
kecil. Why do you call him?
Dia lah tu. Dia lah tu. Sebab dia
Kenapa
lagi
Alif
kecil
kecil?
pada Alif Ikmal. Alif Ikmal dia besar sikit.
Tapi dua-dua kedai lah.
Dia in terms of tinggi rasa.
In terms of tinggi lah. Okay. Okay guys, then tak apalah kita tunggu diorang sekejap. I think we just wait for the link and we join their video.